When your opportunity to defend yourself comes, you have to grab it and do everything you can to keep yourself safe. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson out of Louisiana. We're going to see here an armed robbery that goes terribly bad for the armed robbers. We're going to learn important lessons here about why we keep our force multipliers on our person and not staged around us. Number two, we're going to talk about waiting your turn and using that opportunity. And then we're going to talk about the danger in chasing fleeing threats. We begin with these three guys, one of whom is underage. You can see the first guy has a gun with him, and they're gonna come in and rob this place, and he's pointing the gun, looks like a single action revolver, at the store owner, and then another guy grabs the gun. One of the other guys actually grabbed it from him, and the brother of the owner actually distracted him. And now what you're gonna see is the owner takes that time to go grab his gun, shoots the first guy in the belly, second guy in the arm as he runs off, and actually causes him to drop the gun if you go read the news story. And then after they run out, tick, 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 we're gonna see the owner and his brother, there were actually 3 people on duty in the store at the time, are gonna run out after him to see what's going on, but they all ran off and were caught later by the police. Let's go back and think about some lessons out of this one. I don't know that they would have necessarily been able to see outside, but that's why having some outside would have been very, very helpful. But they bust in here in this transitional space and they are already pointing a gun. Now you got to think about what you're going to do in that instance. And again, remember, in an armed robbery, you got to wait your turn. And so immediate action would have caused just a gunfight here instead of a shooting, not necessarily what you want. Now I want to think real quick here about the bystanders. You can see them on the bottom, kind of towards the right of the screen. If they had been armed, now is the time for their counter ambush. This was their opportunity when the attention was not on them, but they weren't. So staying out of the danger zone is their best bet by a long shot. Now we know the owner's brother actually distracted the guy with the gun, and that's what gave the owner an opportunity to go get his gun from behind the counter. Now I say it again and again, I can't tell you enough, keep your gun on your person. Do not stage guns behind the counter, because that was very lucky for the owner to have this much time. Thankfully, he had the presence of mind to go ahead and get it, and hopefully, thankfully it was loaded. Now we notice here that he takes his first shot and he takes it at an unarmed man. And I want to think about that just a second, because some people are going to go, wait a minute, that guy's not the guy with the gun. He was the available shot. All the robbers are acting in concert. You can treat them as one, and he was a deadly threat because he's part of an armed robbing group. And therefore he puts one shot in that guy's belly and then goes to look for additional threats. Now, this second shot, you can see he shot right at this guy as he's moving from our good guy's left to right, and right behind him, if you were paying attention, those 2 bystanders went right down that aisle. Man, be very careful taking those kind of shots. Make sure your backstop is good, everyone. Now, as these bad guys are running off, I want you to think 6 full seconds go by from the time the last guy piles out the door before our good guys go back. And I say it again and again, do not chase deadly threats out of a safe environment. If you've chased them out, then let them go. Trust that they have realized they don't want to fight with you anymore. Let them go and let the cops catch them. Because when you run out there, you put yourself back in danger and back where bad things can happen. So instead, hunker down, call the cops, and let them come and deal with the problem. All in all, the store owner did a fine job, waited for his turn, put enough shots on target, some dangerous backstop there, but he protected everyone in the store and he covered his asp.